You like this shirt? Well, I'm not going to embrace the memes dope effect, and I don't like streaming. Because when I stream, I get made fun of most of the time, and nobody ever cares about the games I play. I play games a certain way, and I like to be good at them. Dollar Bill Daddy. Richard Pepsi banquet surgery. Okay, he's just listing things. If we can get an update on the operation. It's going to happen here soon. But, like, the next time I update it will be the actual surgery vlogs. Am I going to quit after the surgery? No, I'm not quitting after the surgery. Like, what I'm hoping is going to happen, but I'm not very optimistic about it, is that after I get the surgery, a lot of the trolls will go away because they see I was serious the entire time. Because I have this reputation to be a liar, even though that was pretty much the old Wings, right? Like I've been very, 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 very passive this entire time about the whole process. I'll be uploading the surgery video, but like after that, the surgery update video might be the last video I do, because I don't feel like dealing with the drama and stress. If I go to if I went to like my message box right now on YouTube, 90% of them are hate messages. If I go to my Twitter right now, 90% of the things sent to my Twitter are hate messages. Not really worried that much about growing. If I could just stay where I'm at, or a little bit less where I'm at, for another 6 to 8 months, I'm pretty sure I'll be all right. No, I don't have 62 IQ, man. 62 IQ is retarded. The reason they want me to play God of War is because they know I'm very, very, very like subconscious. I'm worried about what people consider me in video games, and they know it gets under my skin when people call me bad. So they want to have footage they can edit together so they can call me bad, because they know it gets under my skin. That's the only reason they want to see me play God of War. That's it. I don't bump down difficulty. I man up and deal with it. Well, the reason I have a truck personally is more to do with how I used to live. Like, I used to go hunting and fishing all the time before YouTube. And, like, I had a boat. I had a 2006 Triton with a 90 Optimax on it. And I would go take the boat to the river and things like that. And I'd, like, one of my hobbies before, YouTube is I would play Call of Duty. And I would, go fishing on the weekends and shit like that. So, like, I needed a truck. Needed a four-wheel drive truck for that. So, like, I had a four-wheel drive truck. Not to mention I live in the South, where it's kind of expected for guys to have trucks. What happened to my boat? Well, 2010-ish, 2009, 2010-ish, I can't remember the exact date. I was living almost strictly on money we got from Machinima, and we only got paid from Machinima every 90 days, and we only got paid for the videos that went on the Machinima channel. And I was at the precipice of having my channel explode, and at the same time, Machinima had a plan to roll out to pay us for our views on our personal channels, right? So what ended up happening was I was going broke. Like at that point, I ended up having to get a secondary. I got a job at 911 here in Horry County. And I needed funds to pay for my house and stuff like that. So like I ended up selling my boat. I sold it for just under $10,000. I think I got $9,800 for it. And I used that to invest in myself to keep my channel going and to keep myself afloat long enough for my channel to become a revenue source. So that's what ended up happening to my boat. How big was my boat? 19 foot. No, 17 feet. 17 feet. 17 feet aluminum. Can I swim? Yeah, I can swim. Well, I sold my boat before YouTube even launched. People forget that I had a life before YouTube. I know tons of people that get mad at video games, and they're not labeled as terrible, toxic people. And I can't say too many bad things about Woody. I mean, like, there's bad things he's done to me. I think he's done bad things to me that are way worse than stuff I've done to him. But like, I love Woody as a person. I think he's a great role model. I think he's a very smart individual. We just never seen eye to eye. What has Woody done to me recently? Brung somebody on his podcast and helped create a character assassination video. a Rolex. He rebuilt his own bathroom on his accord. I could have used a regular shower. I mean, and at the same time, I use that shower probably 20 times. And, like, he still uses that shower today. Like, like if, like if somebody was coming to my house and I wanted to redo my shower, could I use that as an example to spend the money? Sure. But if I wanted to rebuild a shower, just to fit me, he could have dropped a plastic liner if he wanted something temporary. Every time I could help Woody out, I helped him out. But the fact is, the guy was in a better position in life than me for the most of the time. But, like, for example, like, if I could get a game early, I would always get a game for me, and I would make sure that Woody got included in that. If I got an opportunity to make money, I'd always try to bring Woody and Kyle in with it. There have been multiple occasions I made less money by trying to share the wealth with friends. I never asked. Even during my low times, I never asked for money. I never asked for handouts. I never asked for, like, support. I mean, there might have been 2 times I ever asked for, like, a video, like, retweet from them. Let me tell you a story. It's 2010. My channel's blowing up, right? I'm on one of the biggest channels. At one point, my channel was in the top 100 channels on YouTube, period. I was in the top 100. That's something I can claim and be 100% right about, right? So what ends up happening is I have a bit of a temper problem, and I've always been a sore loser. Like, I never enjoyed losing. So, like, I end up playing with, obviously, Jesus. And, like, I end up yelling at him because he did bat poorly. So, obviously, Jesus comes and starts making videos that kind of, like, pick at me and poke at me and prod at me. And he's basically doing what, you know, the troll videos are today, like, trying to expose me for who I am over and over and over again. So he makes these videos for like 2 years, right? And during this time, I'm going about my business, and Woody has a channel that blows up, and Woody does better than I do. So when Woody is riding the wave of success, and I'm starting to fall, he switches his gaze off of me because he realizes that he's not going to get any more exposure off of me, and then he moves over to Woody because Woody is doing better than me, because his whole channel was built upon trying to tear people down, right? So what ends up happening is he eventually makes bad videos about Woody, and he does this for a while. And, you know, Woody wants to fight him at PAX, and that kind of stuff happened, and so on and so forth. And then eventually his mental, you know, stability kind of shits the bed on him. Like, because people that build their whole life around tearing other people down are unhappy with themselves. That's almost a fact of life. Like, if you spend your day trying to tear somebody else down, try to take somebody else's shine away, you're most likely doing so either through jealousy or being unhappy with yourself. So he decides he's going to make this $6,000 trip and try to find himself. At this point in time, me and Woody are both making huge money on YouTube. Like, I personally was making between $7,000 and $9,000 a month. You know, Woody's probably making 16 to 20 grand a month or some shit like that. So, you know, money's a little bit easier to come by for us at this point. So I look at this as a public relations kind of thing, right? So I look at it. This guy's done nothing but tear me down. Nothing. Since his channel began, he tried nothing to tear me down. And I looked at it like, if I can overlook everything bad he said about me and donate this money, I'll look like a bigger person, right? And then you you publicly announce that you're gonna do this kind of thing, where you give this guy money. Like, $50 weren't shit to me at that point, right? So I give him the donation, and I did it. I should have held off. Like, I should have held off and went and talked to Woody first. But I thought he was going to go with this idea, hook, line, and sinker, because I thought it was a great idea, right? So I go to Woody. I'm like, hey, man, he's doing this thing where he's like, $6,000 gets him to fuck off the internet, right? And, like, you should donate too. Like, I literally had this conversation with Woody where I go like, man, you should donate too. You know, like, because one, it makes us look like bigger people. Like, these people decided to try to tear us down, and then at the end, we just end up helping him, right? Because we took all his fucking venom and bile, and at the end of the day, we helped him. So it's a good public relations stunt. Like, look how righteous and saintly Woody and Wings looks. You know, in comparison to obviously Jesus. I had no clue what was going on with Woody's son at the time. I didn't donate money because he was insulting Woody's son. I would have never dreamed of shit like that, especially at that point in time. But at the same time, I'm not going to charge back because, like, I'm not a credit card fraud, right? And, like, Woody was having no part of it. He got mad at me, he yelled at me and stuff like that. And it's like, whatever, man, I thought it was a good idea at the time. That's never changed. That's always been the story. It's the only story you could tell. Well, everybody's negative, so I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream down for today, guys.